Namaste. I hope you all fine at home. Now today let us see importance of cell phone. You all have that very good cell phone, or it is also called smartphone or Android. Now let us see. With the advancement in technology we face today, it is no wonder that mobile phones account for almost 50% of total e-commerce sales done in 2019. And that number has only grown this year with the way this year has progressed. With the people quarantined in their homes and face to face business all but shut down for more than 5 months in a majority of countries. Mobile commerce was the only way for a lot of people to continue with their purchases. This means that as an e-commerce store, your solutions need to be so simple and convenient that every user who shops online and even those who don't look away for directions in your niche. One way to provide advanced mobile commerce solutions is to optimize your UI or UX designs to make your brand more approachable for customers. Now we'll see what are the facilities our smartphone is extending us to have a very beautiful and better experience. The cell phone provides the ease for our e-commerce. What are those? In what way? First one, what we'll discuss is now minimalism. What is there? Simplicity is the best policy, especially when it comes to the world we live in today. So why can't this be applied to e-commerce? A lot of brands are focusing on simplifying their solutions by bringing in minimalistic at essential options to their users and getting rid of the unnecessary clutter to avoid making the buying process complex. Minimalism has been in practice for quite some time now for big companies. And now you can apply it in your e-commerce strategy from website designs to product categories to make the customer experience more positive and straightforward while less confusing. Your smartphone can also be used for social and environmental support. The world is changing its priorities now, and that is not just limited to technology. On every platform, people are increasingly raising their voices against injustice, whether social or environmental. Hence, the brands that are standing in support against such issues are the ones getting the spotlight. For your e-commerce strategies to become successful, you don't just have to provide personalized experiences through an automated plan. Still, you also have to stand up and actively empathize with your audience. You have to care about what matters to them and raise your voice to send a message to them in support. It is done through mobiles. More than 75% of consumers state that they feel more comfortable investing in brands that provide social or environmental benefits. And brands are hearing them out with their waste reduction solutions of shipping and packaging products. Even it provides diversified marketplaces. How it is. Previously, e-commerce stores used to offer their services through one central marketplace, such as Shopee, to engage customers to buy their products. But now, with the introduction of websites like Sellbrite, e-commerce stores have the option to make their products available on multiple diverse marketplaces without too much fuss. This is especially beneficial for small businesses that want to spread awareness of their products on different platforms. Even this is also one of the media. Influencer marketing, let us see what is that. We live in a world where we have access to almost all the tools and resources we need to develop our brand. And this personal brand becomes part of the influencer market, which is then approached by brands for reaching their target audience with each. With the increase in influencer marketing, the need of the hour is for brands to find influencers that relate to their niche and sponsor them to create awareness on the brand's existence and products. E-commerce platforms can also use this strategy to reach out to not just a huge amount of people who would be interested in their services but also seem authentic while doing so as influencers are people that the audience has come to trust. Being recognized by such a trustworthy person will only create loyalty for your brand from a broad audience. This is can be done through smartphone. The role of AR, augmented reality, can also be have in this. When technology and marketing strategies weren't as advanced, the fundamental problem people faced during online shopping was that they couldn't test the products they were buying online. The way face to face interactions allowed them to. But now, augmented and virtual reality is becoming more and more common in every e commerce strategy so that people can test the products they are buying with convenience and hence make their decisions accordingly. Augmented reality is also an acceptable form of providing reciprocity in marketing, in which brands offer solution to people and in turn make them invest in the brand's products. And payment is also flexible in smartphones. So that is flexible payment. If you are a brand that offers expensive products, making large purchases might be considered a risk by your consumers, especially those who are new to your store. This issue can be solved by offering flexible payment options that will build convenience for your customers without making them worry too much about the money they will be spending on your products. Several apps and plugins can also helpful with the determining these payment options by breaking the payments down over months and schedule a plan for the customer to follow a pay you for your services without making the customer stress spending too much money. Then using smartphone we can customize the products, that is called customizable products. We have already discussed about the personalization in the previous video as a growing trend. But along with that, there's another strategy being optimized, and it's called customization. Over the years, brands have introduced deals and packages of products that can be essential and also easily affordable for people. Now, those packages are being customized to make the customer more satisfied with what they are purchasing. Online quizzes, polls, votes, etc. help brands decide what the customers need from them. And based on these polls, they determine the customizing criteria that will make an individual more content. The brands, this customizability is a convenient method of making the audience buy your products without making them think about whether their investment is going to waste. So these are all possible in cell phone. Now let us see what is omnichannel. It is one of the bases of e-commerce service. So you know that the more technology progresses, the more embedded it is in our everyday lives. Even when you read the post, I would hazard a guess you have got many internet connected devices within scope. Now to see if you move along with those creative paths, we'll begin to see technology become more important to our everyday lives. This has started blurring the boundaries between what we do online and in real life. The rising growth of e-commerce in the last decade has been swift and brutal. Huge supermarket industry leaders such as Best Buy and Toys R Us are closing down large portion of their physical stores as sales plummet. Not only is this a result of not adopting to e-commerce services in its surge early on, but it is also now dealing with e-commerce companies like Amazon and Alibaba, which market the same or similar goods online. The decline in sales is severe for others. And at another aspect of the big box retailers is dilemma facing them as publicity traded firms is that they have to respond to their investors, and with e-commerce providing outstanding performance, the tolerance granted to big box retailers is just not as forgiving. The customer centric nature is at the heart of e-commerce development. With the proliferation of internet uses, particularly mobile, more customers prefer the purchasing experience over the internet and their smartphones. More and more consumers want to shop online, and this changing environment is proving to be a challenge for physical stores as well as a safe e-commerce harvest area. Big players now know customers inside e-commerce sites are experiencing. Business seek to speed up the purchasing process and create additional business sources, and the secret to this is to build and sustain a touch point e-commerce ecosystem, that is web, desktop, media, etc. Based on delivering simplicity and superior customer services. Okay. What is omnichannel experience then? Okay. An omnichannel strategy is a multi-channel approach to promoting, advertising, and serving customers in a manner that provides highly seamless and unified consumer interaction, no matter whether or where a consumer reaches out. Omnichannel marketing gives the right to browse and shop at any moment from anywhere. They will monitor the status of their orders and verify product stock at any specific store, or in brief we can say like this, depending on their desires, timetable and expectation, they can monitor their own consumer experience. You know that many omni-channel experience will use different channels, but not all multi-channels experiences are omni-channel experiences. But bear that in mind, we'll have beautiful smartphone ads, interactive promotions on social media, and a well-designed website. Yet it's not omnichannel because they don't fit together. How more companies are interested in today is the multi-channel experience. They have a blog, a newsletter, LinkedIn, and Twitter. They use each of these networks to communicate with consumers and interact with them. Nonetheless, the user also needs, in most situations, a smooth interface and clear feedback through each of these networks. In comparison, an omnichannel interface accounts for and network and computer that consumer uses to communicate with the product. The awareness is then used to create an interact environment for them. Companies who use this methodology coordinate their marketing priorities and architecture in any platform and device. Now, one just let us have a glance over what is omnichannel marketing. Omnichannel marketing is effectively combining the various forms of communication which companies use to connect with consumers. This approach makes use of the experiences and desires of the consumers to maximize the continuity of marketing communications from the business. Though putting together the capabilities of each medium of contact, marketing departments will use omnichannel marketing to provide a more coherent and delivering effective brand message. So how to now let us see. Now let us see how to construct an eye-appealing omnichannel marketing campaigns. Each business wants to build its own unique omnichannel interaction network, and to build this powerful plan, you need to collaborate closely with many divisions in your business. Now let us see who are the stakeholders when designing event software. That is product marketing, sales, customer support, customer success. When everybody knows the omnichannel initiatives priorities and aims, they start preparing the change to this model. Having these teams early on will make things smoother if you begin to transition to an omnichannel way of doing stuff. It's less of hassle down the line because you have people ready to the outset. Ultimately, the approach will consist of a cohesive roadmap to create a consistent integrated interface across various networks that may incorporate any of more of the channels featured in the graphics. Since this is still a fairly recent emerging term, in the future there is still time to start small and develop. If you need to start any business, introduce amazing customer interfaces on the omnichannel can be found. Now let us see some examples. Disney is achieving the concept with omnichannel right now, and Virgin Atlantic Robert Franz Gard shared his amazing encounter with the omnichannel who are using. Then Bank of America takes the creation of its omnichannel seriously now. Oasis is in UK also started omnichannel. Then REI, 80% of customers use a cell phone when shopping in a brick and mortar store. Starbucks, they are also doing that. Then cheap hotels, Timberland, then Orvius, BIP.com, Sephora, they also do that. And Walgreen Software, Topshop, Pepperfry, Benefits Cosmetics, all these are being used. Now let us just will have a final touch to this. The seamless interface that synchronizes all networks offer the consumer a degree of satisfaction and personalization that influences their shopping choices positively. The omnichannel approach to e-commerce is a customer-centric endeavor at its core. It increases customer loyalty while directly enhancing a company's sales growth. The customer's desire to reach the brand everywhere they are is important to succeed today and the future. But if the customer's experience isn't up to their expectation, it will all amount to nothing. So it is to be improved. Their customer satisfaction is to be increased by improving the service. So far, we have discussed about the mobile or smartphone importance and omni channels. In the next video, we'll see the other things of e-commerce. There may be e-commerce ethic and security of the e-commerce, etc. Thank you. Thank you.